Hola a
Excellent.
todos y a todas. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos. Thank you so much for being here. We are so grateful to be here sharing this space with University of Bath. It's one of the best universities in the world, one of the best in the UK, and of course, it's located in one of the most beautiful cities that I've had the privilege of visiting. So it's great that you're here to learn everything you need to know about how to apply, what to expect, what kind of programs, et cetera, the university has to offer, and also, of course, how to finance this and scholarship opportunities. So this webinar is being recorded and we're going to upload it on our webpage. So if you know anyone who is who would want to join or would want this information, you can let them know that they can find it at our webpage in a couple of days. I'm very excited to be here sharing this webinar with Vera Quinn. She's the representative from the university, and she is going to be telling you all about University of Bath. At the end, we're going to have a quick Q&A, so please don't be shy, ask your questions. You can activate your mics or put your questions on the chat box, and we will be glad to answer if we have the answers, of course. So thank you so much for being here. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos. And Vera, I leave the floor to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sophia, for your introduction. And I'm so happy to hear you have been to Bath. That's great. Okay. Hola, everyone. My name is Vera, and I'm a student recruitment manager from the University of Bath. And currently, I'm working at the Student Recruitment and Admission Department. So today, I'm going to share the information of the University of Bath with you, and I'm going to cover the following sections. I will introduce the beautiful city of Bath, as Sophia just mentioned, and I will be introducing the University of Bath's reputation and our latest ranking. Also, I will be explaining our postgraduate course information and entry requirements. And I believe most of you will be interested in some of our postgraduate courses or even PhD courses. So if you have any questions during my presentation, you can drop a message via the chat box and I will answer your question whenever possible. Also, the main part of this presentation will be about the University of Bath PGT scholarships and funding opportunities for our international students, including students from Mexico, obviously, and our collaborations with FUNED. And last, I will introduce our student support service to you and the wonderful student life at our university and in the city of Bath. As Sophia mentioned, at the end of this session, we will have about 15 minutes for your question, and hopefully I can answer all your questions. Okay, let's start. I would like to start this session with a quiz. So I don't know how many of you have been to Bath, like Sophia, and do you know where is Bath? I know everyone must know London. Where is London? And can you guess how long, if by train, from London to Bath? You can drop your answer in the chat box if you want. Oh, yeah, and I will say how many of you get correct. And hopefully, if I visit Mexico in February, early next year, I will bring a little gift as your prize of this question. And oh, I see some answers coming. That's great. Thank you, Leah. Thank you for your guess. 1 hour, 30 minutes. Any other answers? I can count for another 5 seconds. It's not very far from London, and it's located in the southwest of England. Oh, thank you. There is another student say, oh, thank you. 8 minutes, 60 minutes, lots of answers coming. Thank you very much. I'm gonna release the answer now. Thank you all. And please do email me your address later on, and I can bring my prize to you when I'm in Mexico next year. So actually, it's 80 minutes. I can see somebody has got correctly. Yeah, congratulations. So we are in the southwest of England, as you can see. So London is here, and normally, if you fly from Mexico to UK, the airport you will be landing at is Heathrow, London Heathrow Airport, and you can take coach from Heathrow Airport to the city centre of Bath. It's about 2 hours by coach, and 80 minutes on train from London. And obviously, if you take transfer flights, sometimes, because last time I remembered I transferred in France, so you can take another flight from France to Bristol, which only take you 15 minutes from Bristol to Bath. So it's very convenient. And Bath is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and it's the UK's only UNESCO World Heritage City. And the building you see here, the place you see on the picture, is the famous Roman bath, and its history can be traced back to 2,000 years ago. And as a University of Bath students, you will get free admissions, go to this place. And now it's a museum, and it's a must-go place while you are in Bath. And I'm just showing you a few pictures of the city of Bath, and so you can get an idea how beautiful the city of Bath look like. And the city itself has striking architecture, and its diverse culture as well. So yes, through the picture you can see its style. And this is what we called Bath Abbey. And normally we will have our student graduation in this amazing abbey. So hopefully when you have your graduation, you will take a lot of photos in this abbey. And the city of Bath and the University of Bath is one of the safest university cities in the UK. So it's a wonderful place to live and to study. And this is an overview of our campus. So our campus is located on a little hill. So the city center is on the top of the right-hand side. Normally, as a postgraduate student, you can choose to live in the city center because the university have our own accommodation in the city center of Bath. Or if you want to stay on campus during your study, that's also possible. We have our postgraduate accommodation and undergraduate accommodation as well. And all the facilities on campus are very convenient, and you have your teaching buildings, you will have supermarket on campus, and the one on the left-hand side on the bottom is what we call our sports training village. It's huge, and the standard is Olympic standard. The running track, the swimming pool, you can get almost every sports facility there if you are a fan of sports. And it's quite, I have to say, it's a quite close community. So you will be able to meet your friends, your classmates, your teachers on campus. And, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun on campus. So why Bath? In the next section, I'm going to introduce you about the University of Bath. Currently, our university have over 20,000 students. And about over 70% are our undergraduate students, and about 30% are our postgraduate students, including PhD students. And it's a very vibrant international community, our university. So we have more than 153 nationalities represented, and over 32% of students are from outside the UK. So it's very international, very diverse. And we also have our international connections, which can give our students global opportunities. For most of our programs, you will have opportunity to be an intern, or we are able to find a placement for some of your courses, and you will have a chance to work with one of the many big companies like the name you see on the screen. And we will also equip you with employment skills. And we also embed those skills into our academic programs. We combine research-led teaching with real-world experience. And employers around the world recruit Bath graduates because they are work-ready. And in terms of ranking, we're very proud. So University of Bath is ranked top 10 in all 3 UK national rankings. So you can see we are ranked number 7 by Guardian, and we're ranked number 5 by Complete University Guide, and number 8 by The Times and Sunday Times. And this year, we also are named the University of the Year by the Times and the Sunday Times. Apart from our wonderful national rankings, on the right-hand side, you can see if you are looking on QS ranking. So the latest QS ranking for 2024, we're very proud we are ranked in the top 150 among nearly 1,500 universities across the world. And we are ranked in the top 100 for employer reputation in the QS World University Ranking for 2024. So in terms of programs, at the moment, at the university, we have one school, which is School of Management, and 3 faculties, Faculty of Engineering and Design, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and Faculty of Science. And under each faculty and our School of Management, there are many postgraduate programs, either it's taught programs or research programs, which you can consider. So I'm going to go through by each faculty and the school. So first, we are going to look at our Faculty of Engineering and Design. There are many highly ranked subjects. So famous ones, as you can see, architecture, it probably is one of the most popular program at our university, and it's ranked number 1 by Times and Sunday Times. And also we offer chemical engineering, electric engineering, and mechanical engineering related subjects. So you can find all the MSc programs under each department. I can outline the latest, recently launched programs on the right-hand side. If you are interested in our mechanic engineering programs, for example, the MSc Automotive Engineering with Business Management, Automotive Technology with Business Management. Those programs launched last year, so and seems very popular. Also, there is a program, is cross-faculty, it's engineering business management, which will be taught between the Faculty of Engineering and Design and our School of Management. Later on, I'm gonna explain the entry requirements for most of our PGT programs. So don't worry about whether you are qualified for the program. We will provide the information in a minute. Also, we have our new world-leading automotive research lab just opened in the summer 2022. So if this lab is for students who are interested in our mechanical engineering programs, and at this lab, we are providing unique research technical facilities, and we also are delivering the knowledge to design the ultra-low and zero-carbon vehicles of the future, which is a very hot topic at the moment in the world. So our students will undertake research projects and will be taught by our expert professors in this field. And very often, this center will be holding a lot of talks, and we're going to invite a lot of, guru from this industry, from the automotive field. So you will have an excellent chance to talk to them, to meet them. Now we're moving to our Faculty of Science. So under this faculty, we have 5 departments. So for students who are interested in our MSc Biology, Biochemistry, MSc Chemistry, or Computer Science related subjects, Mathematics, or Pharmacy, or Pharmacology courses, you can look at this faculty. And there are some very popular courses for our international students and home students. And some of those courses, you will also have an opportunity to do a placement year. So as you can see on the screen, the ones who are highlighted in yellow colors with a star sign, those programs, we also offer 1-year placement opportunity. So when you apply for the course, you can either consider just 1-year master's course, or you can apply for 2 years course with including 1-year placement. So you can find detailed information just under the course name and by the course link on our university website. And also because nowadays, especially after the pandemic, the health sector and the data become more and more important and popular. So we are launching 2 new programs on the screen showing. So if you are interested in those 2 programs, you can have a look. And also those programs, the data science with statistics, especially specialized in health sector, includes optional 12 months placement as well. And for the first program, it also includes 2 research projects. So we move on to our Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. And under this faculty, we have 6 departments: economics, education, social policy and sciences, politics, languages and international studies, health, and psychology. And we also have a new program just launched last year called MSc Global Public Health and Policy. And for this program, we also provide what we call practicum option instead of the dissertation. So students can apply their studies in the real world in a public health agency or other relevant organizations. Our university or the department will help our students to find the practical channel to get their, for example, projects done. For the final terms project normally is in the 3rd term in the summertime. So last is our School of Management. We have a top UK business school. We are ranked in the top 5 in all of our subjects that features in 3 key national rankings we just mentioned just now. We have a quite diverse programs under our School of Management. As you can see, the first 4 are accounting and finance related, and the rest in the green area are what we call specialized MSc programs. And in the black area, the first 2 are cross-faculty programs, which will be taught between, and the first one is between the engineering and design faculty and the School of Management. And sports management will be taught between our Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences and the School of Management. And the last one is our new program just launched this year. So this is strategic retailing. We also offer our MBA programs. So if any of you have work experience, we normally would expect more than at least 3 years of management work experience. And you can consider our MBA programs, which also highly ranked in the world and in Europe. And it's very diverse in terms of the student background. As you can see, 90% from internationally. And it's quite a small size class, so you can have a very close relationship with your classmates, with your tutors, with your lecturers. This is a screenshot of the 2022 class, and you can see students are not only from the business or finance background for MBA course, but they also from many other fields like the technology or engineering or computer science or many other fields. So you can communicate with each other, and when you do the case study group discussion, and you will be benefited from your classmates' input as well. Now we are going to look at entry requirements and for most of our courses. So a standard offer for postgraduate students, normally we will be looking at 2 areas. One is your academic background. Then secondly is your English level. So academic background, you can check the link later on. So the link, because the 2024 will be open on the 6th of September. So I'm going to give you the link later on, or you can change from 2023 to 2024 by this link easily and check for the programs for 2024 later. And for the English requirement, you can check all the detailed requirements via the link. It's the same link. And normally we're looking for, depending on the program, on the course you are going to apply. So normally for our courses, we are looking for IELTS 6.5 to 7.0 overall score. And for the single skill, either 6.0 or 6.5, depending on the course. And if you're taking TOEFL or PTE, we also have a table which you can check for the conversion of the score. We do accept TOEFL, PTE, and other language tests. And for Mexican students, this is just a general guidance about entry requirements, and you can check based on your specific course on our course webpage later. But this should give you a good idea about what we are looking for our MSc program or MA program. So normally you should have a degree from your university in Mexico and with your subject area, and a final overall or GPA between 7 to 8 out of 10. Also, this will be depending on the course you are applying for and the marking scheme at your university. Normally, if the program we're looking for a UK 2-1 equivalent, which is equivalent to the Mexican university degree, 8 out of 10. Sometimes for some program, we can also look at higher to 2 UK. So that means around 7 out of 10, equivalent to Mexican qualification. And when you submit your application, normally it will take 4 to 6 weeks for us to assess your application and to let you know the outcome of your application. However, sometimes, because I know most of you will be applying for some scholarships or fundings, you need to get an offer as soon as possible before the deadline. In that case, please do let us know if you need early decision on your application, and I can help fast track your application. So just email either our admission office or myself. I can help with that case. So I'm just giving you an example of how to check your course information, including the entry requirements and also the fees, fundings, etc. So if you go to our university main website, which is bath.ac.uk, and you can type anything in the search bar, for example, your course name, and funding or fees. So you should be able to see a web page containing those keywords. So this is a typical course page, which you can get the information about your course highlights, project examples, and on the left-hand side, there are some key sections. For example, structure, placement information, entry requirements, application information. So yeah, do have a look on the course page before you're applying for any of our course. And for some of the students, if their language score are not satisfactory, for example, if they are 0.5 or 1.0 below our requirement, and for some reason they cannot take any more exams, or because of the timing, or they just want to have more time in the UK, so they can actually consider our pre-sessional language program before the study term starts in normally end of September or October. So you can have your pre-sessional English program in July or in August, depending on how many weeks you need. Yeah, normally we have two scales. One is for 5 weeks and one is for 10 weeks, depending on your language score you finally achieved. Now we are going to look at our scholarship and funding opportunities. So normally every year, the university itself will be providing a lot of scholarship opportunities to our international students. This year, we have just finished our scholarship deadlines, and lots of students have been notified whether if they have awarded with the scholarship or not. For next year, for 2024 entry, the scholarships information will be published on our university website normally around autumn time. So I would suggest you to check on this web link giving here, gobas.ac.uk/pgt-funding-24. Yeah, just keep eyes on this web page from possibly September and October. And definitely in November time, the scholarship information will be published, because now it's still, the information there still for the 2023. However, it won't have too much difference compared to this year or previous year's scheme. One of the scheme is called Dean's Award for Academic Excellence. This scholarship is an opportunity for our international students who have applied for our faculty's courses, except the courses from the School of Management. Yeah, so if you have, for example, if you have applied for your course under our Faculty of Engineering and Design, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and you have received an offer, either is conditional or unconditional, you are able to apply for this scholarship. Normally, each scholarship worth £5,000, and I assume for 2024, the amount of this scholarship will remain the same. Having said this, you can check when the information is published in this autumn. And secondly, also is for our faculty's courses, as I just mentioned. We also have another scholarships called Global Leaders Scholarship. You can, if your courses accept our School of Management course, you can also apply for the Global Leaders Scholarships. And for students who have applied for our School of Management courses, and you can look at our scholarships offered by School of Management, and normally they offer quite a lot of scholarships, and the amount is ranged from 5,000 to 10,000. Also, MBA, they have their own scholarships if you are MBA applicants. So do check the webpage given here later on. And we also have other fundings as well. I can give you example. So we work very closely with FNED. So FNED and BOSS, we have a collaboration on a specific FNED and BOSS scholarship. You can check on FNED website. Also, you can check on our university's website for this specific scholarship. This scholarship is for all our postgraduate applicants who have received an offer from the University of Bath, and it's for all subjects, including MBA. So for the successful candidates under this scheme, you will get 15% discount of your tuition fees from the University of Bath. And obviously, you will have your other part of discount from FNED, which FNED, I'm sure they will provide those information to you. And the selection process, as I mentioned, first you need to apply for a University of Bath course and get an offer first from the University of Bath. Then FNED will be selecting the successful candidates from all their applicants for these scholarships. And now I'm just showing a timeline for the next year from this September to next year as a whole application process. So you will have an idea about when you should apply and at what point you should consider, for example, confirm your offer, arrange your accommodation, etc. So our application for the postgraduate courses normally open in September each year. So for this year, we will open our application for postgraduate courses on 6th of September, which will be in 2 weeks' time. And the deadline for most of our courses for international students normally will be on the 30th of June next year. However, for some courses, the deadline will be much earlier. For example, some translating courses at our Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences sometimes will be in January and March. So you should check on the course page I just showed you all let me just go back to that. Yeah, this one. So you should check the application information here. So when you click application information, you should see the deadline for applying for this course specifically. Yeah. And some courses, we do charge application fee, especially for most of our courses under School of Management. Last year, for courses under our School of Management, we normally charge £60 for the application fee. For other courses outside the School of Management, we do not charge application fee. But you should check again on the course webpage for the application fee for specific course you're applying for, because there might be some changes for this year from this September. And as I mentioned, normally for our assessment of your application, it will take about 4 to 6 weeks time once you submitted your application. And you must accept your offer. So if you have satisfied all our entry requirements, or if you have satisfied partially our entry requirements, and you might receive a conditional offer from the university. So you should check on your offer letter, see, what you should do next. Some of you who have received unconditional offer, then you will check the term and the next step for deposit. For example, some courses we need deposit, some courses we don't need deposit. So you need to check all the terms and conditions on your offer. And for some of the scholarships, as I mentioned before, for example, the Dean's Awards, let's go back to that one. For example, for Dean's Award and for Global Leaders scholarships and for our School of Management scholarships, they do have a different deadline. So remember to check on the scholarship website to check the deadline for each scholarship and do not miss out any deadline. Some scholarships, they have 3 deadlines. For early applications, you will have an early deadline. And for the late applications, you can just meet the late deadline, but do not miss out the deadline. So the earliest deadline for example, for our Dean's Award and Global Leaders deadline for 2023, the earliest one was in January. Then we had a second deadline for April, this one. Then we have the last deadline in July, depending on when you submit your application and when you will get your offer. And also for someone who would like to consider our university accommodation, you can also check on our university accommodation application deadline as well. And then normally between August and September, the university registration will open. And then that's a time when you register as a university BUS student, you will be able to come to BUS and start your term study from September. Normally it's end of September. Yeah, so as I mentioned, our 2024 entry postgraduate application will open on 6th of September this year, 2 weeks later. And if you want to check all our postgraduate courses, you can go to this website and you should see a full list of our postgraduate courses. And when you click in, you will get the course page like I just showed before. Okay, so last part, we are going to talk about our student support and student life at the university. So our university provides a wide range of support to our students, from welfare support, academic support to graduates. Also, if you are interested in working in the UK after your graduation, because now you have if you finish your postgraduate study, you can apply for PSW visa, which allows you to work in the UK for 2 years if the policy will not change in the next few years. So we do have a student actually from Latin America, and I remember one student, he's very good. He won the scholarship from University of Bath and British Council's scholarship, what we call Great Scholarship, 2 years ago. Miguel, his name is. So he studied MSc Data Science, and hopefully he has found a job in the UK after he graduated. And your life in Bath will be very colorful, and we have a wonderful award-winning student union, which can provide all sorts of information from activities, events. Also, on our student union website, you can find, for example, part-time job information, volunteer information, opportunities, and we have more than 140 clubs and societies. I'm sure you can find the one you wish to join. This just gives you an overview of our options for clubs and societies. So hopefully, so far you have an idea about the University of Bath programs and the life at the University of Bath and the city of Bath. So now I would be very happy to answer your questions if you have any questions.
Yeah, Vera, there are already some questions on the chat.
That's great.
So I will read them, and then if anyone wants to open
Yep.
up their mics and ask away, that's perfect. If anyone, si alguien quiere hacer sus preguntas en español, también las pueden hacer y yo les traduzco. So the first question is from Erendida. Does the school offer online postgraduate studies in translation or education?
We do have I have to double check. We do have a part-time postgraduate course for education. However, I have to check if it's online, because it's another team, because we're doing the full-time study in my team. But I'm sure the student can check first on our university website, bath.ac.uk. If you type online postgraduate course, you should have the web page showing all our online courses. There must be a online course page. You can find the program you're interested in.
Thank you. So Paola asked this question while you were talking about the IELTS, but then you already covered the TOEFL thing. So if I have a TOEFL test, can I apply with that test? So it's yes, but she has to check the conversion.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, for TOEFL score, it depends on the course you're applying. So, for example, if you are applying for the course computer science or engineering, normally the IELTS requirements for this kind of course is 6.5, which equivalent, you can find the TOEFL, I'm sure is about 90 scores. But there, if you go on the course webpage, you also can see the details of the TOEFL score requested. They should give you first IELTS score, TOEFL score, and the PTE score on this specific course you want to apply for. So it's very clear. It should be very clear on the course webpage.
Okay. Is there a possibility of having 1 year placement with the engineering business management program?
Oh, for this one we don't have the placements as a part of the course. However, we do provide students opportunities to either to have a connection with the industry, because our lecturers and the professors, they have a very wide range of their connections or networkings in the industry. So I did have a webinar last year with professor of this course, engineering business management, and I know some of our students actually they had not placement, like a kind of internships with some of our partners organizations in the UK. So it definitely will be some opportunities for our students to be able to apply their knowledge or skills they learned at the university with our university partner, international partner, or national partner in the UK. So yeah, definitely there will be the chance. And you can utilize your PSW visa, as I just mentioned, after your study. I know many of the students, international students, I actually just talked to one student yesterday, and she found a internship, 6 months internship in the UK with a climate change team. So this is from our master's students. So I'm sure you can also find those similar opportunities within the UK under your PSW student visa.
Super. Then Leah asks if they need professional experience of 3 years for every program or just a management.
Oh, no. Thank you for that question. Yeah, so for normally, in terms of a work experience, depending on the course you want to apply. So for most of our courses, we do not ask for work experience. So normally, MBA is the one we expect students to have more than 3 years work experience. Yeah. And most of the other courses, including our courses at the School of Management, we don't expect students to have much work experience. Many of our students are just fresh graduates from the university, just finished their degree study, and they can apply for their master course at BOSS. So don't worry about if you do not have many work experience.
Thank you. So then Leah asks, do we apply for the scholarship before our initial application or once we have submitted our application and we have been accepted?
Yeah, that's a good question. You will need an offer from the university boss first, then to be able to apply for the scholarship as the next step. So you need to find a course you want to apply for, then submit your application for the course first. Hopefully, you can receive either a conditional offer or an unconditional offer. Both offer you can apply for our scholarship later. Even it's a conditional offer, you can still apply for our scholarships.
Wow. So Dalia asks, she took the IELTS, she got a 6.5 overall, but 5.5 on writing. Can I use these results to apply and just take the course that you mentioned? And then she asks, what are the costs of those courses?
Oh yes, definitely. So depending on the gap. So for example, if you are applying for the course, ask for single scale brackets, single scale 6.0, and you only get 5.5 in the end. So that's 0.5 gap. So you can consider 5-week study pre-sessional program on our campus in the summer. So from August, so 5 weeks is from August, 10 weeks is from July. And the cost, I have to double check. I believe for 10 weeks is about £3,000, and then 5 weeks, and I think it's over £12,000. But you can check that information on the university website. Just type in pre-sessional course, then you should see all the details like entry requirements, the fees, But definitely you can apply for those professional English course. Some of our students, in the past, even some of them have reached our entry requirements for the language. For example, they have achieved 6.5 or 7.0. And we do have a student just want to get familiar with the university environment earlier. So they did come like in July, in August, just have 5 or 10 weeks English study. So they can meet some of their students and get to know the course, and get them ready for the degree program in September, and they have a plenty of time to get ready for the degree study. So which is another good option. Yeah, so I hope I answered this question.
Super. Then Jose Luis asks in Spanish if the university also offers scholarships if they are from Mexico other than FUNED. So I'm pretty sure you already talked about that. Maybe I can just type the webpage that you mentioned that they have
Yes.
to be. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So we do, apart from working with FUNED, we also work with Banco de Mexico. They have a loan scheme called Fidel. So every year we do have students apply for the loan from the Fidel scheme. I believe it's 15% for the PGT program and 25% for PGR program. So if you can just search the information either through the university bus, the link I show you that. Let me show you that link now. Yeah, if you go to this funding-24, you can see all the information, including the ones we offered to our Mexican students.
Okay, let me just type this in the.
Thank you, Sophia.
Yeah, no worries. Funding. Super. Okay, then Gabby, as I checked on the page and it said 1 year, does this mean that the MSc is 1 year duration and the tuition fees that appear in your page are per year?
Yes, so in the UK, for most, depending on the mode of teaching or studying, so there are two types of postgraduate study courses. One is PGT, you can see here. So that means postgraduate study taught. There is another one called postgraduate research. So most of our PGT postgraduate program will be PGT. That means 12 months. And for some of our PGR programs, it's 2 years, so 24 months. And for some, as I mentioned, for some of our PGT program with 1 year placement, although it's also PGT, that's 12 months, then plus 12 months placement, that's 2 years. So depending on which program you are looking for.
Perfect. So that are all the questions on the chat. Does anyone else have any other questions? ¿Alguna otra pregunta que quieran hacer? Okay, there's a new one.
Oh, great.
So if we have both funding from FUNED and FIDER, do we get the discount for each scholarship?
You can have multiple scholarships from externally, that's fine. We do have a student have a multiple scholarships in the past from Mexico for the MBA program. I believe the one she had, I think more than 3 scholarships from different sources. That's possible, yeah. So, but you need to, I think the applicants need to check with both FUNED and FIDER if they both are happy with the scheme the students are applying for. But the university side, we are okay with that.
Yeah, so we usually prefer that you get funding also from FIDER because that means you have another low interest loan, and that means it's going to be easier for you to repay all your loans. But I believe what Leah is asking, and in my experience, it usually doesn't apply, that if they get both FUNED and FIDER, if you apply both tuition fee discounts as stated in the MOUs with each institution, or if you apply usually the highest one, right?
I need to check with because this is I think my colleague will be able to answer this question.
I can answer that question.
Oh, thank you, Ruth. Yeah.
Yeah, so the highest discount that's available will apply, but you won't be able to add them together. So if it's 15% is the highest, then it will be 15%. It won't be 15 plus 15.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They usually don't they don't overlap. It's just the highest one.
Yeah,
or
for the universe side, we take one. I think, as Ruth said, one side. But for the student side, they can source different funding in the country. Obviously, that as that part, that's fine. But for the university, obviously, like Ruth mentioned, we only offer the one of the highest options, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, there's another one. If I understand correctly, the placement is another year doing what? So maybe a little bit of what a placement means.
Yeah, so that's a very good question. So for placement, some courses have a placement, some courses don't have placement. So you need to check whether your course actually offers the placement opportunity. The one I mentioned, let me go back to the slides. I think it's better to give you example. The one offered with a 1 year placement, for example, the MSc Data Science, they do have the placement option. So you will study 12 months first for your degree course, Data Science, MSc. Then you will be able to apply for your placement through the university. We have a dedicated team to help you to secure the opportunity. However, this is not 100% guaranteed. Some students, obviously, something they have to go through the interviews, for example, or sometimes exam by the company. So yeah, some students, they can secure the placement option. Some students, in the end, they are unable to get the placement, which is fine. If you don't get the placement, if you successfully finish your degree study, you still get your degree. Then you can just look for your job as normal. And for students who gets the placement opportunity, then they will be able to work with that organization or company, whoever offered you placement opportunity. And I give you example, we had a student who did the data science with statistics. She secured a placement for 12 months with a energy company called EDF. It's a French company. So she was working at that company and after she finished first 12 months of study. And I think we have a placement team to help her to get familiar of all the process. And during that 12 months, partially she will be reporting to the university's side about her progress as the company. Also, in the company, obviously, the company will assign her with tasks or assignments, those things, or projects she has to do. And at the same time, she also got paid by the company every month as well. And during the placement year, also, you don't need to pay the full tuition fee, but there will be a charge during your placement year. It's kind of a very small amount. I think it's about 3,000 or 3,500 pounds for the whole placement year, which you pay to the university. But at the same time, because you work for the company will pay salary to you as well. So yeah, so this is what's gonna happen during the placement year. Is that okay?
Thank you. I'm just gonna do a quick translation because here, yeah, the word placement, we don't use it in Mexico. So it's basically, it's an internship o eres una especie de becario, vas a una empresa, aprendes y te pueden pagar algo por eso y luego igual y te ofrecen chamba ya más permanente o no. pero es interesante que lo haces de la mano en la universidad y ellos te ayudan un poco a encontrar estos internships y a pues darle seguimiento a todo lo que estás aprendiendo y a que apliques lo que estás aprendiendo. So we have a last question. What would happen if we fail a module on the master's? Can we retake the module?
Oh, it would depend on the course. Each department or faculty, they have a different rules. Some courses you will have the opportunity to retake or resit, but some courses you will not have the opportunity. Then you should speak to your lecturer, or we have a director of study, so you need to speak to them. I remember one student, and she failed one of the modules. She was able to retake, but that's really depending on your course. And some students, if they are not able to retake the course, they won't be able to get the degree qualification. Obviously, they will have to probably get a certificate instead, or diploma instead. But you need to check with your supervisor or your course director before, like at the beginning of the study. Make sure you will not fail the exam, and just in case if you fail exam, what's gonna happen, the consequences you're gonna face.
Thank you. So I guess that is it. Thank you so much for your time, Vera. I know it's very late over there. Vera,
No, my pleasure. I'm so happy to talk to you all, and I hope I'm sure if you are coming to Bath, and you're gonna have a wonderful study and rewarding experience at Bath, and I'm really looking forward to speaking to all of you. As I said, if you do have further question, I give you my email address here. Just do send me email. And I will try to answer all your questions. If I'm unable to answer your question, I'm sure I will divert your question to relevant colleagues and teams to get back to you. And hopefully in February, we will be able to meet in Mexico. And I promise I will bring the little gifts to you all who answered the question correctly in the beginning. I didn't forget about that.
Yes, thank you very much. It was great hearing from you. It was great looking at the pictures and hearing all about Bath. So thank you so much, everyone that joined. Muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí. Remember, this was recorded, so if anyone wants to come back and look at this information, you're welcome to. And just thank you so much for your time, and talk to you soon. Gracias a todos y a todas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.